Taurus, this is your April forecast. Boy, it's a lot happening this month. We've got Mars going retrograde, Mercury later in the month going retrograde. Oh, it's a lot. So let's break it all down for you, my lovely Taurians. On the 6th of April, we've got Venus coming into this 12th house. So Taurus, it's birthday time, of course, coming up this month and into next month. So this is a very exciting time for you. First of all, to say happy birthday to those of you who've got April birthdays. And what you're seeing, particularly at the beginning of the month, is a lot going on in this 12th house. And the 12th house has all to do with your quiet space. You getting in touch with what you want internally. Because as we begin here, we come more into the external world. Yes, the ascendant is where you are born, you come out into the world. Here, you're incubating, shall we say. Yes, there's a lot going on. And when you're growing in your mother's womb, there's all sorts of things happening, changes happening. At this point, things are very fluid. So this is a fluidity here that you've got that you can benefit from, especially if you will allow yourself to go within during this first couple of weeks of the month, Taurus. Quiet time, meditating, just breathing would do. Swimming, going out in nature, anything that has a very soothing effect and takes you into that quiet place within you. It could be cooking, it could be gardening, but very much giving yourself the space away from your busy life during that first couple of weeks of the month, because it will really allow you to set the tone for this coming new year, which is your birthday time, you see. So you're setting a particular tone here. And also with Venus there from the 6th of the month, you may be remembering things from the past, things that you loved from the past that maybe you've not been doing for a while. Maybe you love dancing. Maybe it's time to say, hey, this year I'm really going to do it. Or maybe you wanted to learn something. Maybe you wanted to study some healing or some health modality or do something very creative and you've put it on a back burner. Now's the time to think about it and to make a little bit of a plan as to how you're going to bring that more into your life. On the 6th of the month, we've got Mercury coming into your sign here. So Mercury, time to think about you, Taurus. Time to think about what you want. Yes, this is birthday time very soon coming up. So really, it's also a good time to think about how you communicate. But how you communicate to yourself. Yes, very important, because very often we reflect, other people reflect things back to us and we get irritated. But really, what is the self-talk? What am I saying to myself? And really try to observe yourself. That's why this quiet time is so important, because it gives you a bit of breathing space to really see what's going on inside of you. So really look at the messages you're telling yourself. Are you getting up in the morning and say, hey, aren't I beautiful? Isn't it wonderful that my heart is beating, that I'm breathing, that I've got another wonderful day ahead of me? Or what is it that you're saying to yourself? So that's going to be a wonderful opportunity for you. Now on the 7th of the month, we've got a new moon happening in this 12th house. Again, new opportunities for you to think about ways in which you can connect with your source. Yes, I mean, I don't know what you believe, and it doesn't matter really what you believe, but something is keeping your heartbeat going. Something is digesting your food. If you had to be conscious of all of that, blimey, I don't think we'd accomplish anything at all, would we? So it's about connecting with what you believe is that source energy, that powerful energy. The energy that enables the plants to grow. The energy that enables you to move around, that enables you to speak. It's about connecting with that power, and that new moon gives you a wonderful opportunity to do that, Taurus. Wonderful. Because when you connect with that power, of course, your life becomes a whole lot easier. You're not fighting everything on your own. You've kind of got some help. Because there is help out there. There's no question about that, but we do have to be open in a quiet place to be able to ask for it and to be able to receive it. And the big news this month, on the 17th of the month, Mars going retrograde until the 29th of June. Now when Mars goes retrograde, this is not a good time to start a new project, to start a very hot and steamy romance, simply because what tends to happen is it tends to fizzle out. It just doesn't tend to, nothing much comes of it. It's also, you may be looking at dealing with things that irritate you. Yes, dealing with anger. How are you dealing with it? Are you suppressing it? Are you just holding it in and being just cool? Or are you really expressing what's important to you? Not necessarily angrily, but saying and speaking out that which is important to you, because happening in this 8th house, the 8th house tends to be quite repressed, tends to hold things in. So when Mars goes retrograde there, it's important to look at what you're holding in and what you need to release. Also Mars retrograde, you may be looking too at issues of making a renewed effort in a particular area. So here, making a renewed effort to be closer to people, to get closer, making a renewed effort possibly with finances. Maybe some joint finances, making a renewed effort to deal with any loans you've got, or to deal with some assets, to look at money in a different way. But Mars retrograde is about also resolving any conflicts. It's an opportunity to resolve conflict and things that have been annoying you. It's not the best time to buy anything mechanical. I would suggest not doing that if you can possibly help it. Now on the 20th of the month, yippee! The sun comes into your sign, dear Taurus, and it's birthday time. And it's time to focus on you, shining a light on you. What do you want for this year? Do you want to make yourself over? How can you reinvent yourself? What do you want to do that's new, that's different? Sometimes Taurus, yes I know, you do get a little bit stuck. And so this will give you an opportunity to just unstick yourself, to get yourself out of that rut, and to take maybe a little bit more of a risk and to enjoy life. That's really what it's about. It's about enjoying when that sun comes into your sign. On the April the 22nd, we've got a whoopsie-daisy, a full moon happening here in your 7th house of relationships. So this is shining a light really for you, Taurus, on you and what you're wanting, but also shining a light on a relationship. So something may come to a head. You may see something about a relationship that, the light bulb goes on and you see it differently. You may see somebody differently, maybe somebody who's upset you for a while, and you may just see, hey, you know what? I'm going to try and find a loving answer to this relationship. I'm going to make a renewed effort, Mars retrograde till the end of June, to see it differently. Now that doesn't mean to say that you should stay in an abusive relationship, I'm not suggesting that, but I'm just suggesting that sometimes when we see a relationship from a different angle, everything can begin to change. That's all I'm saying. And on April the 29th, as if Mars retrograde wasn't enough, we've got Mercury going retrograde in your sign until May the 23rd. So it's an opportunity to reevaluate, rethink, relax, read all those books and articles that you've been meaning to read and haven't had time to do. It's a wonderful time for doing that kind of a thing. And just generally to reassess and to allow yourself a little bit of space between the doing and the thinking about doing, because very often we're thinking about doing and we're not living in the now, we're not living in this present moment. So I think that Mercury retrograde along with the Mars is going to encourage people, if you're not going to get frustrated by it, but just to say, okay, I'm going to breathe. There's a massive queue here, or a line as you call it in America. I'm just going to enjoy this present moment. I'm going to enjoy looking around the queue and seeing those people and maybe talking to some of them, and maybe just enjoying and trying to find a way to make this a pleasurable experience. If we can do that more and more, just trying to transform what otherwise might be a drudge or difficult and make it into something joyful and spread that joy, we're going to change our planet here, guys, ourselves and our planet. And so that's really what I'm seeing, that this Mercury retrograde is going to give you an opportunity to trigger off for you this month, dear Taurus. So I wish you a wonderful month, very, very happy birthday. Thank you for commenting, sharing, subscribing. I love to hear your feedback. It helps me to continue to improve whatever I'm doing. Much love to you. Bye for now.